What up, bitches? Back at it again with another episode of the motherfucking CJ Bronson Podcast. Today is Tuesday, June 28th, 2022. Beautiful Tuesday. Beautiful Tuesday. Well, to me, yesterday was better. It was nice and rainy, nice and cool. I really didn't have to run the AC that much. But today, it's on, it's blasting, and I'm still sweating. But it is what it is. That's life. Maybe I'm just a fat F-U-C-K. I just need to lose a little bit more weight. Maybe that's what it is. Most likely that's what it is. Because I destroyed. Shout out to Moe's $8.99 burrito bowl with some of that white queso. Oh my goodness, guys! If you haven't had Moe's, I know people love Chipotle, and I love Chipotle too. But in my opinion, Moe's brings it with the queso because they have this spicy white queso, which in my honest opinion goes with anything. They give you free chips and queso. They give you free chips when you get the $8.99 Monday deal. You can get a burrito or a bowl. I go with the bowl. I go with the bowl, and then I pour a little bit of queso on there. Mix it up, and then I take some of the chips that, again, come free. With every bowl, you get free chips and salsa. The queso is extra. So I put a little bit of the queso on the chip, and then I scoop my bowl, which contains like mushrooms and green peppers, onions. Sometimes I make it a little fancy with a little bit of corn salsa, chicken, white rice. Oh, man. I'm thinking about it right now. My mouth is watering. It's so good. Eat that. I went into a coma. Oh, it was great, especially after that arm workout I did yesterday. But today is a whole new day. And speaking of food, this is a story that I can honestly relate to because my wife and I are different in many ways. I don't mind mayonnaise. But for her, she needs no mayo. She doesn't want to see it. She doesn't want it on her sandwich. Some people can just wipe it off. She can't do that. She has to be plain. So when we go to the restaurant, I make sure to say plain, no mayo. Not plain, like she eats lettuce and tomato, but just no mayo, no sauce. So if there's a sandwich that has like special sauce, she says no special sauce. And me, I differ. I'm like, listen, I'm not no chef. I ain't no cuisine expert. They did the studies, they did the surveys, they know what goes best on the sandwich. So you give me the sandwich the way you guys meant for it to be served, and I eat it the way I like it. I eat the way you made it, and if I don't like it, I'll just wipe off or whatever and keep it moving. Because I've worked in the food industry, and the last thing I want to do is during a busy rush hour is have some jackass say they want special treatment for whatever. Because, not that I would do anything to anyone's food, but you've heard horror stories of people doing horrible things with other people's food, just out of frustration, pure frustration. Well, here's a case of someone who may have taken it a little bit too far, again, when it comes to mayo. The article says, Atlanta Subway employee, so shout out to Subway. Now, I don't want to say a shout out to Subway unless they sponsor the show. So let me take that back. Subway, it's a sandwich shop. Now, if they want to sponsor the show, if they want to throw some change this way, I'll eat Subway for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'll eat Subway while I'm on the toilet, having sex all at the same time in the shower, whatever you want. Just, I'll film it, record it, however you want to do it. I just need some money, y'all. I'm whatever. I will do whatever it takes. So the title of the article is Atlanta Subway employee shot dead, son, by the customer in an argument over what? Mayonnaise. Allegedly. Gotta put that allegedly in there. Don't you try to ban me. Let's see. An argument over mayonnaise at a downtown Atlanta Subway ended with one worker dead and another in the hospital. Boom, boom. Double tap. Police said the shooting happened around 6:30 p.m. at a Subway located at a gas station on Northside Drive Southwest. Now, in my opinion, guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but when you go to get food at a gas station, you already aren't expecting the best of quality. Am I wrong in saying that? Is that messed up to say? CJ, that's kind of fucked up. I don't know. In my opinion, it's not that wrong because think about it. I mean, it's a gas station, right? I mean, I'm not knocking Wawa or Sheetz or any of these gas stations, 7-Eleven who serve food. That's fine. But it's when it's like an attached establishment, when it's a combo deal, when it's like, BP gas with a Subway or whatever it is, I just don't trust that Subway, especially when it comes to the people working there or the meat or the quality. Again, I could be wrong. I haven't had any bad experiences per se, but it's just like, it's always in my mind that, is this really good quality food? I don't know. But maybe this person, he's had multiple experiences there, and all the other experiences were fine, except for this one incident. So let's look into it and see what happened here. The owner of the Subway says the reason for the shooting was something small. Always is. A customer was mad about mayonnaise. Believe it or not, this is the quote, believe it or not, it was about too much mayo on the sandwich, end quote. Owner Willie Glenn said. Old Willie Glenn said it was a story about too much mayo. Too much. Keep in mind, you can just wipe off mayonnaise. I mean, you could wipe off. So the person he wanted mayo, or this person wanted mayo. I don't know if it's he. I don't want to mess up no one's pronouns. This person wanted mayo, but this individual who served it put too much mayo on the sandwich. Why this person couldn't just wipe off the mayo and kept it moving, that's another story, I guess. But let's continue reading here. In this argument, police say the customer shot 2 Subway employees, leaving a 26-year-old woman dead. Man, 26. And another 24-year-old woman rushed to surgery in critical condition. Over a sandwich, guys. Atlanta police have arrested a 36-year-old man. Dude, you're 10 years older than these people. You're 36. They're 24, 26. What are you doing, man? You really going to go to jail over mayo? I've been saying it for the longest time. We have a mental illness problem in this country. Serious mental condition, mental problem in this country. A lot of people are suffering. Maybe it's a combination of inflation with the gas prices. I don't know what the problem. Maybe it's the heat. I don't know. But whatever it is, people are having, they're on the edge. I'll just say that. They're ready to snap at any moment. And I'm telling everyone, and I've been saying this. I posted this on my Twitter today. I witnessed a fight at a gas station today because the guy did not serve him promptly. The guy argued and said that I was waiting for gas for about 5 minutes and you didn't serve me. And it was a whole huge argument in the middle of the parking lot. Now, you don't know if that one of those persons or one of those individuals were carrying a weapon. You don't know. Whether it's illegal or not, I don't care your stance on that at this point. We all know that people commit crimes illegally or legally, regardless of the legality of the weapon. People still commit the crime, right? Whether you have the permit or you don't have the permit for the weapon, you are still committing the crime with the gun. You can arguably say that people who commit crimes with guns are those who have it illegally. You could say that. I believe there are statistics that prove that, and if I have time or I remember, I'll throw it up on the screen. But if not, you can just Google that yourself. But either way, you don't know what the person you're arguing with or what that person is carrying. It could be a machete, it could be a gun, it could be a slingshot, it could be any kind of weapon. My point is, you have to ask yourself, is this argument worth it? Is this worth the battle? Take a second and think to yourself, is this worth it? Yes, I understand it's hot. Yes, I understand the gas prices are high. Yes, I understand that you want to get going with your day. But there's other ways of saying, hey, can I get some gas, please? Hey, can you help me out? Or you how dare you? And just start shit. The old saying is, don't start shit, won't be shit. And that holds true, I feel, to this day, regardless of your political beliefs or whatever. But here we go. He decided to escalate the situation, and from there, that's when all hell broke loose, Willie Glenn said, the owner. Glenn said the injured employee's 5-year-old son was inside the store when the shooting started. Can you imagine being the kid or being shot and seeing your kid watching you get shot? Thinking to yourself, oh my God, please don't hurt my kid. Or God forbid the kid came running over and interfered and got shot as well. Oh man, dude, this could have gotten so much worse. I don't know what the world is coming to, especially with our youth. They seem to be... Oh, wait, hold on. I go back. Glenn said the manager on duty returned fire at the suspect. Oh, wait a minute now. Let me go back. scratch that. I don't edit shit. So let me go back. He decided to escalate the situation, and from there, that's when all hell broke loose, Glenn said. Glenn said the injured employee's 5-year-old son was inside the store when the shooting started. Okay? So this is the injured one. 5-year-old son is there. Glenn said the manager on duty returned fire at the suspect, but wasn't able to hit him. So the manager on duty had a weapon. Now, I wonder if that's his personal weapon, or does this happen a lot where they just, in Atlanta, where they just have to arm themselves in case of robbery or whatever the case may be. That's something that's, that's interesting. Maybe it's a good thing this person was armed. Maybe, again, this is an example of where it's good to have gun laws, where you can have a registered weapon for self-defense. This is, important. Some states like New York and New Jersey, it's almost impossible to get a gun license because that's just the way that the law is written, or is enforced, rather. I believe the Supreme Court is trying to fix that. We'll see, we'll see how that turns out. I don't know what the world is coming to, especially with our youth. They seem to be so hot-headed. See, I told you. Everybody wants to carry a gun. Everybody wants to scare somebody with a gun. It's scary out here. Crime scene tape surrounded the subway as police investigated. The gunfire also shattered a window at the front of the store. We've learned from one of the store owners the critically wounded employees is the sister of the woman killed. Oh my goodness. So they were sisters working together. Oh my goodness. All this happened in front of the woman's 5-year-old son. We don't need people like this in our society. If he's willing to kill someone over mayonnaise, then what else would he do? The question is, what else has he done? He already had the weapon. This is something that he got caught doing. What did he do that he didn't get caught doing? I mean, there's a lot of robberies that take place, a lot of crimes that take place, rape and assault, and no one gets caught. That person doesn't get caught. What's to say this guy didn't do this before and didn't get caught until now? Oh my goodness, let's keep reading. This is horrific. This poor employee that lost their life. There were plenty of emotions at the restaurant on Northside Drive on Monday afternoon. That could have been my grandkid that lost their life over Mayo, and I don't understand. Gerald Rose, the president of the New Order National Human Rights Organization, said. Glenn said the two women in their 20s were sisters who had just started working at the store 3 weeks ago, guys. Here's some people who are working. How many people do you know who are just living off the system, who are just give me welfare, give me, I don't know what it's called, unemployment benefits, whatever. I'll just live like that. These two sisters work together at a Subway for 3 weeks. Everything's fine and dandy until this person comes in. That's some crap. And their poor kid was there too. The owner probably let their kid stay there because she probably had no one to watch the kid. But at least this owner was nice enough and said, yeah, bring your kid to work. I need someone to work. I need to, sure, keep your kid here. No problem. What's the worst that could happen? What's the harm? Here, I'm happy the owner let the kid come to work, but it sucks that, who would have thought a Subway would be an unsafe work environment? If it could happen at a Subway, it could happen anywhere. That's what I'm saying. Be aware, guys. Be alert 24/7. Like the days of you half asleep, strolling into 7-Eleven, half awake, half asleep, half sober, whatever, are gone. You can't do that. You got to be alert all the time. In my opinion, you have to be ready because anything can pop off at any moment. Oh my goodness. It escalated in the store. He walked out of the store and started shooting in the store, and that's when he hit one of my employees, Willie Glenn said. This all taking place in front of the worker's 5-year-old son, who watched his mom get shot. The child was back at the scene with a relative Monday as his mom is in critical condition at a local hospital. So please send prayers to this woman. Oh man, I hope she makes a fast recovery. I hope this Subway employee somehow covers all the expenses or something. This is heartbreaking. Oh man. It was very senseless. Yes, too much mayo on a sandwich, but an individual with a gun who thought that was the course of action to resolve about a sandwich, Atlanta Police Deputy Chief Charles Hampton Jr. said. Atlanta police have praised the witness who gave them crucial information that led to the arrest. Good for the witness. Good. See, Police have not released the name of the man arrested or the name of the woman killed. If you have any information that could help investigators with the case, call Atlanta Police Department. Well, I always say, don't snitch. You don't want to snitch. Don't snitch. Don't snitch. But I think that this day and age, there's an amendment to that rule. Because depending on the crime, you should snitch. Like if there was a school shooting, you should snitch. You know what I mean? If there's kids involved, you should snitch. If there's death involved, someone dies who does not need to die, you should snitch. I feel like use your best judgment at that point. I feel like that's the right thing to do. Am I wrong? I mean, please tell me if I'm wrong. I've been wrong numerous times. I've been told. I'll probably be told again today that I was wrong. But I think that, oh man. Let's look at the CNN article. Let's see what they have to say. Maybe they have different information. The suspect came inside the restaurant to order a sandwich, and there was something wrong with the sandwich that made him so upset that he decided to take his anger out on two of the employees there. A 36-year-old male was arrested Sunday night. He declined to identify the suspect, citing the ongoing investigation. This is the deputy chief, Charles Hampton Jr. Hampton said that the suspect used a handgun during the incident. The medical examiner identified the victim as, okay, we have a name. The medical examiner identified the victim as Brittany McCon, 26. An autopsy has not been completed, but the preliminary cause of death is gunshot wounds. Bertram Ennett, an investigator with the Fulton County Medical Examiner, told CNN. A 24-year-old woman who was also shot is in critical condition. Her 5-year-old son was also in the store at the same time of the shooting, as we know. Hampton said the dispute again was over too much mayo on the sandwich, but stressed the focus should be on the gun violence, not the mayo. It just breaks my heart to know that someone has the audacity to point a weapon and shoot someone for as little as too much mayo on the sandwich. They were just mild employees, Willie Glenn said. Of course, yeah. And then it goes on to statistics about how there have been 74 homicides in the city of Atlanta since the start of the year. According to the latest data from the police department, that's a 19% increase from the same period last year. But what this CNN article is not discussing, which is interesting to me, that they're not talking about how the employee shot back. They said a manager, the other article, this is CNN, so this is very interesting. CNN is not mentioning how the employee shot back. Fox, let me see if I can find it here, and I'll reread it. Give me 1 second here. I'm looking for. I swore I saw it, guys. Was I wrong? Did I read it? Did I read that wrong again? Didn't I tell you I was going to make a mistake or I'll be told I was wrong? I may have to go back and look into that. I really thought I read. Here we go. Here it is. Glenn said the manager on duty returned fire at the suspect, but wasn't able to hit him. So Willie Glenn, the same manager who spoke to CNN, said to Fox, or maybe Fox just reporting it, that a manager on duty returned fire at the suspect, but wasn't able to hit him. CNN is not mentioning a return fire. They're talking about gun violence, and I understand gun violence exists. My argument with gun violence is I believe it exists more now than before because of the stress of inflation, because of the stress of the gas prices, because of the stress of the everything, stock market, just the whole world right now, especially America. America right now is going through this tough time, this rough and tough time, and people are at their wits' ends, and they're not. And again, mental health is a big part of that. If you don't have a strong mental health now, and this shit happens, all those things that's happening with the country, then you could snap easily. And I think maybe, unfortunately, the extra mayo was the snapping point for this person. I think good thing the employee or the manager or whatever, whoever it was, who shot back, manager on duty returned fire. Good thing the manager had a weapon, because if the manager didn't have a weapon and shoot back, who's to say we wouldn't be dealing with 3 deaths, both 20-year-olds, or both the 24, 26, and the 5-year-old. All 3 of them could have been done, plus the unknown manager who's not being listed. I think we're very lucky that these store owners or this manager had a weapon on. They're not mentioning whether or not the weapon was legal. I'm assuming it is. Otherwise, they would have mentioned that. But yeah, I think they are very lucky that they had a weapon on hand. And maybe this needs to be the new norm, guys. Maybe maybe every store owner should carry, regardless if you're selling Subway or you're selling dollar stores. You need to start carrying weapons. I mean, this is what the world has come to. I mean, they're already implemented. I believe it was Georgia. Correct me again if I'm wrong, but I believe Georgia, one of the schools in Georgia, started arming some teachers, and they put a sign up saying, we're armed and we will fire, we will shoot if needed, or something like that. Again, I'll try to remember to post a link if I remember during the editing, if I edit. But yeah, man, that's just sad. But it is, you got to admit, though, that's kind of interesting that CNN's not even mentioning the manager with the gun, but Fox is like, oh yeah, the manager returned fire. I don't know. Maybe just overlook, or maybe just a coincidence, or whatever the case may be. But I think that's important to know, that if you're going to talk about gun violence, you got to talk about the positive. I know there's a lot of negative with guns right now, but there also is a lot of positives. How many lives have been potentially saved because this manager shot back? We know of at least two, the other 24-year-old or 26-year-old, I forget which one, and the 5-year-old kid. They could have both been done. They could have both been gone right now. Hopefully the other one in the hospital, the 26-year-old is dead, unfortunately. But hopefully the 24-year-old survives. But yeah, she could have been gone, and the 5-year-old could have been gone too. We could have been dealing with 3 murders. But luckily, this manager shot back, and the police responded, and again, the person snitched, and this guy is behind bars. Or we'll see what happens to him. I'm not sure what the law in Atlanta is, but we'll I'll let you guys know when I find out more information. Or let me know. Hit me up on Twitter at CJ Bronson Show. Again, you can comment below, subscribe, rate, share the show, please. I'm trying to get this out. I'm trying to get more subscribers. I'd appreciate it. Love you guys as always. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.